Good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans. Welcome to 2020 co-op, or 2021 co-op tournament. We have the first race of the summer tournament here with Team Has-Beens and Wannabes with Jay Scheidel and Sunflash Rune taking on Shumbabi and Luffy in what is going to be an exciting opening race. These flags are pretty interesting stuff. We got early cake, early brack. We got wonderful gear for sale. Looks like there's definitely some nice fighter equipment available, and then we're going to be able to pick up. And right away, Temple of Fiends is in Canary Castle, so we're looking at entrance floor shuffle. We might see some wonky stuff as we start diving those dungeons, and might see some stuff that you're not used to seeing. So lots of fun stuff going to happen here. I'm excited for us to get the boat, and more excited, I'm joined in the booth by Demon RHK. How you doing, Demon?
I'm doing well. Sorry about that, Caleb. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I was having some internet issues, but I'm glad to watch us co-op action here tonight.
I'm glad you're here too, because somebody that knows these flags is here to help me talk about them.
Wait, you don't know the flags either?
Oh boy. So I did see we got TNT for sale, and Shumbabi sort of walking around. We're going to try to get that stream sync caught up on Luffy's side. It's
Jay Scheidel, Brack, and a Garland.
You gotta love it. So yeah, Cake and Brack are early offensive options. It's pretty good instant kills for individual targets and multiple targets. A lot of things resist the earth element though, so we're not going to get a whole lot of use once we get outside of the inner sea. But with the entrance floor shuffle, who knows how long that Cake will be helpful.
I mean, you got an early Brack. I want to see something silly like, C split and a Kraken at Matoya's.
Oh, that would be fun. Alright, so both of our owners doing a lot of preparation here, buying that TNT with the money that we're finding out of the Temple of Fiends, and where you can see Jay Scheidel just kind of doing laps in Canaria, waiting for his partner to get that TNT, and then we'll save, we'll reset, and get that money right back.
Yeah, that's a very important thing with the Lua and the magic of the internet and co-op here. Your shop item is inherently free once you get the cash for it, because you grab your shop item, 8 seconds later your partner gets it and saves, and then you just scum it back and get your cash.
And right there in Temple of Fiends we have Canary Castle, so we're going to get the ruby and the key right away. So wonderful, wonderful to find here with... It's basically entrance shuffle at this point, but a very safe entrance shuffle.
Wait, is Temple of Fiends at Corneria Castle too?
Yeah.
Change places!
Look at that boat! Oh man, and there's a cube for us here in the Canaria lock, so that's a loose item. Canaria is not incentivized, and there's an X for stick. X for stick and Brack. What more could you ask for?
Fear. X for stick, fear on chaos, win game.
X for Brack on Lich is one of my favorite things to do when you get those early combinations. That boat is so fun. Oh man, I love it. The first time I played with that flag, I just started laughing the minute I hit the sea, and you feel so wild and out of control that when you hit the dock, it's like you get whiplash. And you can see here on Shumbabi's side, as we make it into Matoya's cave, we find a seafloor, but that seafloor, this seafloor, they all look kind of weird and backwards.
Oh, do we have vertical flip on, or do we have flip on?
We have random horizontal flip on, so some floors might be going the wrong way.
Yeah, that's always fun when you're trying to autopilot and suddenly you realize you're going the wrong way and you go, wait a minute.
Okay, so my bad. That was in Dwarf Cave, not Matoya's. And there's Jay Scheidel in Matoya's cave getting the crystal loose here. Wait, no, I think Sea Shrine is incentivized. Sea Shrine is incentivized, so that could be the crystal that is incentivized in C, or it could be one of the loose items. There are 3 loose items in this flag set with 22 items and 19 locations. And that mermaid floor is backwards too. You gotta love it. It's one of the most confusing floors when it's backwards.
Okay, I gotta give props to Jay Scheidel. Backwards mermaids, I would be stuck on this floor for like 10 minutes just bumping into stuff. Well, I think it's a loose item because there's the tail.
Right, so that could be all 3 loose items, or that could be the C incentive that we just found too. So I think if we're Jay Scheidel and Sunflash, we have to keep digging. Because you never know. And there's Crescent Lake, and there's a vanilla canoe for Shumbabi.
I mean, hey, you can get around the sea now. Well,
Yeah.
rivers.
So Elfland with Crescent Lake. So deep towns are on, but finding a surface level town is always a welcome sight. I was talking to Velik, our tracker. Big shout out to Velik for doing the tracking for us. This is a lot to track. It's a lot to watch. So big shout out to him for doing the tracking for us. But we were chatting before the race started, and deep towns is one of those things that, like, it feels like it's going to make the game a lot more challenging, but being able to find a town like 6 floors into like a dungeon and like getting that ability to just like save it right away and reset out is such a wonderful feeling. It's like a breath of fresh air. It can like make or break your dive into a deep dungeon.
Yeah, deep towns is one of those double-edged flags. You know, it's like, oh, the town's deep. It's like behind the cube lock and the rod lock all in the same entrance, and it's like, yes, but now I've got a town and I can just save down here and leave.
And Shumbabi finds a katana there in the Titan's Trove. Titan's not incentivized, the katana is, but there are usually at least 2 katanas in the pool, but now we're playing with randomized treasures, so who knows how many katanas there actually are. Based on how quickly it was on that text, I'm going to assume that that was not the incentive katana, as it would have played a jingle with the incentivized multi-items, not vitamins. I'm not playing with vitamin flags.
Do like the just regular items that are incentivized now play a jingle too?
Yep, so if you find, so if we have ribbons incentivized, so typically there's 3 ribbons in the flag set. If you're playing in non-randomized treasure flags, if you found a ribbon in a box and it would, if it were the incentivized ribbon, it would play the key item jingle. So you would know that that was that. Now, if you get it off an NPC, it doesn't really matter because you know that that's the incentive ribbon, but it definitely takes the guesswork out of the box game. And Shumbabi utilizing the Tetron dock here at Bahamut and gonna get the early Sarda and get the Adamant. So that's Adamant and TNT. Pretty good.
Where in the world are the dwarves?
They're somewhere. They're probably underground, I would guess. But these, oh man, these flags. And there's Jay Scheidel picking up the canoe for the Has-Beens and Wannabes, and Luffy finding Elfland here. Temper at level 3 is a good sign, and there's a carry floor for Shumbabi at 9 minutes. Do you like your chances on carry here? Shumbabi's gonna roll the dice. I mean, we got an extra stick and bracket. We got a ninja for sale right behind carry, so. Oh. Got X for stick and brick. Let's go. Nope. Gonna bandage it. The ninja would be kind of nice. I mean, I see Shumbabi's levels, and I understand the bail. I think we're like level 2. As man, this is so frenetic. I can't even catch my breath, demon.
Yeah, I'm just in awe of just all. I mean, we've got pretty much every flag that you probably have not seen in any kind of competitive environment is on here. We've got flipped floors, we've got deep towns, we've got Bahama docks, we've got everything.
And so the party features, it's open party, I think, with one forced. I believe, let me double check these flags. It's the one forced, 2 open, and a forced none. So that none can be replaced behind fiends, and it will be a promoted class behind the fiends too. So if you want to take out carry, and we got frost rurus. If you want to take out that carry fight, for example, if you're Shumbabi, do pre-promotion, you could do that and have a promoted ninja right away. And that the only thing you want to make sure you do before you talk to that ninja is put your empty slot in slot 4, or put the character you want to replace in slot 4, because that ninja will overwrite your 4th light warrior spot. So you don't want to accidentally like chuck your black mage.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Unless you do. I mean, you do you.
Not to mention, we got a katana early, so hey, promoted ninja this early.
Oh, we got that big old B-side tile on the cube gate. So 4 Gasties, and we're through the cube block. You gotta love the being able, like, finding an early gate like that and being able to just walk right through it.
Yeah, running into those and places really early is bad, because especially when you're keeping notes frenetically in a tandem like this, you can misplace the cube block. I've misplaced the cube block.
There's a handy location tracker that has been kicking around the community for a while, and like my go-to for tracking that is when I hit it, I'll just change that location to Mirage Tower. So I know that Mirage Tower gate is in that entrance. Now, if it's like behind Marsh Split, then it gets a little trickier in like tracking your notes. But that's what I try to do, and the same with the rod lock. I'll mark it as Earth Cave. But there's the other side of Titans. Man, and Luffy's in a waterfall. Oh, looks like Luffy got a floater out of the waterfall. As we saw it pop up on Shumbabi's screen first, and there's a bottle. It's going to get kicked right back. So Luffy and Shum have been doing a metric ton of practice for this tournament. I mean, I think every day I see them in the co-op voice channels on the FFR Discord just working. And I know Jay and Sunflash also probably put in a good amount of work. They are a returning team, made their FFR debut last summer in summer 2020 co-op, and did pretty well for relatively new players to the game. They would just play it casually with each other, and Jay Shy dragged Sunflash into the community and made him his co-op partner, and they've been having fun together ever since. So always good to see those friendships. Well, Jay Shy and Sunflash are friends in real life, but it's always good to see like those new friendships and relationships develop either through co-op or the team league. You start playing the game with a friend. It's a really fun experience.
Oh yeah, you get a lot of camaraderie built just between you and your co-op partner, just doing the practice for these.
And there you go, Luffy and Shum in the air, and even though the ship goes as fast as the airship now, it doesn't feel like the airship's that fast anymore.
Blame Pixel Remake.
It's like...
Yeah, devs, when's our nitro booster on the airship?
Just get in the airship and it prompts you with a menu and you just click where you want to go.
Replace the slowdown button with the NOS button.
Oh, and Shumbabi found Bahamut top level here in the volcano, but they don't have the tail. They didn't dig out that mermaid location, so Jay Shy and Sun are playing a little more deliberate and a little more thorough, clearing locations as they go, as well as they can, has afforded them sort of an early key item lead as Shumbabi and Luffy are in the air, but once Jay Shy and Sunflash find that waterfall location, it's open season.
And in fact, some flashes, it looks like we found it here at Titan West, or East rather.
Yep, and there's Jay-Shy, and they're making their way through the lower half of the world now. They got their adamant now, and Luffy gets a crown, and I believe we found Astos' castle. So.
Yeah, I do believe we found it because I believe we were checking some chests and spike cows in there earlier.
Man, Lit Ice Cave is also another like head scratcher. Any floor with damage tiles, like you really have to be very deliberate in your routing. Ice +3 sword is really good for the no fighters. Only it looks like Sunflash, the only one with a fighter.
I mean, I can see it. It makes sense in this flag set. Unlike last year, where we were playing pretty much shard hunt through most of the co-op, or if all the co-op. This year, you know, we're not. It's you know, find your items, get some levels, go, go, go.
What is interesting to me to see is Jay-Shy is a fan of the thief, so it's not surprising to see him with a thief. Shumbabi with a thief and Luffy with a thief might be. Because we have another brand new flag. We have a flag called Thief Lock Picking, which we have the threshold set to level 10, but at level 10, once your thief is level 10, it can pick doors that are locked by the Mystic Key. So that key isn't a required key item anymore like it used to be. It used to be entrance floor shuffle. At the very least, you need a key and loot for go mode. And like a transport item, whether it was canoe or floater. Potentially, you never know. But key and loot almost always required. With these flags, if you bring a thief, that key might not be required and you can skip a whole dungeon. In theory.
That can be the difference. And luckily, if you didn't bring a thief, I do believe you're bailed out because the ninja does still count. You can just go get the ninja from behind carry.
Yep. And if you didn't bring a thief, your partner might have. So interesting strategy there as Shumbabi turns in that bottle and gets a slab. So the fetch quest chain continues for Shumbabi. We're still on the look for Melmond though. I'm sure it's just a matter of time with the airship in hand.
Yeah, we haven't found Melmond, but does anybody miss it?
Well, considering that the vampire can attack any town, as it looks like he's waylaid to Provoca this time. So our viewers, if you haven't seen this before, that's another wonderful treat that the devs have given us. The Vampire Scourge can hit any town now, including Canaria, but not in these flags. But if you want to play around, you want to watch the world burn, you can turn that on. So you walk into Canaria and there's no there's no clinic and there's no item shop. The other shops are still there, the inn's still there, but when you find Melmond, if Melmond wasn't the target of the vampire, it will have an item shop and it will have a clinic. So, and it'll look pretty.
Yeah, props to the dev team. Restored Melmond does look pretty nice.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is a pretty nice town. Shumbabi cleaning up the pirate fight here. Gonna see what our Bicky item is. As he hits level 4 at the 18-minute mark. Normally, you'd be kind of like, oh man, I feel real bad, but there's our incentive Xcal in Sky. So with random treasures in dungeons, we know that any other Sky floor we hit, it still might have one of those loose items, but we don't really need we can play a little loose and fancy free if we don't want to open any more boxes in Mirage Sky floors when we find them.
Yeah, some of these are kind of slow.
And Sunflash working his way through this Crescent Lake location hits Unrunnable Airs and Gurnagas, and I haven't really played a lot of FFR since Spring Tournament, and I was spoiled by those Oops All Runnables, and to see an unrunnable encounter, it's just such a bummer.
Yeah. In the weekly last Thursday, playing those improved pods flags with the unrunnables back on, I was just no. Oh look, hey, it's a flipped Earth 4.
All right, and there's an Aegis +3, so really might want to hope we find maybe a Knight for Topher. That's an Aegis +3. I think we saw. I think there was Opal Armor we saw somewhere, but Excal, well, bog standard Excal. We had a Katana +1. Decent grinds for black belts too. So we'll see what our runners decide to do here.
JJ having a little trouble getting away from the waterfall overworld location.
Is Luffy's gonna go check out that chime. See what our Mirage Cave entrance is.
After stopping for a delicious sandwich, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of sandwiches. It's one of the there's a rotten Earth Cave.
Oh, I hate that.
You love to see it. And another Expert stick. Wonderful. What's your favorite kind of sandwich, Demon? Like, if you found like a new sandwich spot in town, like, do you have like a go-to to like kind of test the metal of the sandwich shop?
If I'm going to a bog standard new place, you got to go with the Italian. See how they do in the Italian. You know, do they bury it in the cheap, iceberg, shredded lettuce, stuff like that?
A man after my own heart. That's the same thing I do. I go for that Italian play. And look at that. Rod on Luffy's side leads, or that Rod was on Shum's side and leads later into the dungeon to the Rod Lock itself. So he's checking boxes here, still digging out loose. We didn't find that sea floor with all those loose items on the mermaids. But yeah, for my money, there's nothing better than a strong Italian hoagie, especially like on like a hard sort of rustic roll. Chef's kiss, it's so good. Now, are you a mayonnaise or are you like an oil and vinegar guy? Ooh, Cockatrice has got the rub. Jerk birds.
Well, almost worse jerks than normal.
Oof.
To answer your question, though, heresy or not, both.
That's all. I won't say anybody's food choice is heresy. I think as long as the food brings you joy, there's no real wrong way to enjoy it. It's not the way I enjoy those sandwiches, but I can respect it all the same. Because I mean, some people turn their nose up when I tell them I like to put mayonnaise on a burger, and they're just like, "What? It's so good."
So Sky Maze to the top of Marsh.
Okay, so Marsh is one not an incentivized location, so digging here for loose again. Luffy and Shum sort of being punished for not finding that mermaid's floor. We'll see how big of a play it ends up being and how long it takes for them to get back to the overworld. That's the problem with early airship. If it can pull you away from the inner sea, and if your opponents loiter in that inner sea and find stuff that is like required, they're eventually going to work their way to where you got that floater, and they're going to have all that early sea stuff cleared, and it's just whether or not what happens first, them catching up with the floater to you having to double back to the lower continents.
That's having played this last year in co-op, that's one of the issues with not just co-op, not co-op really, but floor entrance and then co-op on top of it. It's such an information overload.
Yes.
Keeping track of the different floors, the different locations, what your information your partner is proceeding over to you. And we have Gaia Shortcut on? That's awesome.
Yeah, and there it is. There's Melmon. Look how pretty it is. There's fences and trees and stuff.
Especially with that Gaia tile set, that nice autumn brown.
Yeah, Melmond in the autumn. So, promotion locked fast is a bit of a bummer. Because Luffy's party's rocking a black belt.
Well, I mean, we can always dump the black belt.
This is true. How big of a fan are you of making that mid-race pivot, though? To like party comps and strategies. Is that something that you're comfortable with, or is it like we've gone and messed up, and now this is we're panicking?
the pivots, you're getting to the point of no return here on the pivot for the co-op seeds that I played. With this being just, kind of bog standard with 3 lose, you're approaching point of no return here. If you're going to pivot, you've got to pivot soon. But the problem is, pivoting here basically means I have to go dig out the rest of the fiends and see what's behind them.
And speaking of Shumbabi, it looks like they did have that tail, as they showed it to Bahamut, and he said, "You want to get promoted, you got to work." And challenges them to a fight. So opened up with Inferno, which is spooky stuff. And we're gonna, I think if you're gonna try for that again, the Timber was a bold choice. I would have liked to see like a Brack or instant kill and just hope for the combat RNG to go in your favor. As Jay Scheidel taking his feet all the way to Gaia, so parking at the newly built river dock at the Lefinian Lake, and then walking up to Gaia. So all these new map edits, it's just so much fun to show off, and co-op is such a great platform to show off all the new features that the devs have been adding to the game. We try to do that in Spring Tournament, and it's a little bit more of a divisive format for it, but so much of this is new to the community since the beginning of the Spring Tournament. So a lot of these were in beta during the Spring Tournament, and now that they're fully implemented and live, like the co-op planners did a wonderful job and just started like picking and choosing their favorite new flags, and watching how they interact with each other is a ton of fun.
Absolutely. Huge shout outs to all of our devs here for just the amount of work they put in pushing, implementing these brand new things, getting them tested and pushed to live, so that while it looks like this isn't truly an oops all beta tab, this is actually stuff that's been very rigorously tested and pushed to our live flags, so that you can do a number of things with a rando at this point.
There is no wrong way to play the randomizer. And there's a quick look for Shumbabi. We found Elflin, but no herb. So we're gonna go take our thief and we're gonna crack open some boxes. As Luffy's still digging for loose here in Marsh. Marsh not an incentivized location. And Jay-Shy going with the cheeky Brack on a stake. That's stake's got like 200 MDef.
Yeah, yeah, you ain't gonna charcoal a steak that easy. You might want to start busting out the expert sticks because you're gonna need them.
Yeah, I mean, well, expert isn't really gonna. So the T-Rex doesn't, or the Tyro doesn't resist poison stone element. So expert stick isn't gonna help with that either, because expert doesn't impact creatures' magic defense. It's the high magic defense that's gonna make that Brack tough to hit. And basically Tyros have the MDef of like the Fiends Revisited, like Tia 2 level MDef, and it's gross.
Do Tyros count as black belts? Can we just like promote them and their MDef goes down?
It'd be amazing. Enemies have levels, and every time you wipe to them, they get stronger. Oh, that's such a slippery slope.
So here's our 14th, the Contempt on Chaos. He melees us for the first round for 2,000.
Yeah, Chaos is now level 42. Bad times. There's another katana. So again, I didn't see that linger on that jingle. So I think that's 2 katanas found and not one an incentive. So that's got to be frustrating to deal with. Like, yeah. Oh wait, I think we're nope. It's just a free katana. And shadows with blaze. Ugh.
Yeah, shadows show up a few places too. That's not fun.
So Sunflash has been down here in counter manipulating, I feel like, for a while, and I think we're finally, maybe we're digging for some early levels, but we're finally going back into this ice cave with the sea split. And I'm pretty sure and there's a Lich.
Ooh, who's behind the Lich?
X for Brack, let's go! Well, we got level 1 cake too, that's just as fun.
Now, Sunflash has a black belt, so this is where you want to be hey, can there be a black wizard behind this, please? Black wizard so I can go get fast.
Right? That would be best case scenario. A Cure 3+4 shirt. Gotta love a Cure 7 shirt. And there's Bridge of Destiny for Luffy, so will he get the robot chicken? He probably doesn't want to see one with his levels.
No, probably not. You thought Brack was a low percentage against a Tyro. Wait till you try to throw it at a Warmac.
Question from ButterThanYou227. Do both runners have to fight the Fiend's demon?
Yes, so this is basically a three-legged race. Both you and your co-op partner must beat Chaos. The finishing time is based on the second team member's termination of Chaos.
Oh, and the fun thing with the regular Fiends, the orbs are shared. So we saw a Black Wizard behind Tiamat, and we saw a Red Wizard behind Lich. So if Shumbabi comes up here and bracks Tiamat and picks up that Black Wizard, if Luffy does, I got my screens flipped. So if Luffy gets through Tia, gets that Black Wizard, if Shumbabi wants that Black Wizard, he will have to kill Tiamat. But as soon as Luffy kills Tiamat, they'll both get the air orb lit, if that makes sense. So the orbs are shared. The person behind it is not shared. As Lich 1 sticking it to Sunflash, and he doesn't have cake, but we got Harm 4. Low roll from that Harm 4. A nice big 245.
Oh dear.
So hopefully this and there it is. So the clutch Lich 1 kill for Sunflash with just a red mage. And we're gonna drink some heal pots.
Drink some heal pots, take the 3 steps and get your party member.
Oh, we got life. Okay, so alright, we're good. Drink some heal pots, pick up that free Red Wizard, and get out of here. And Tia 2 is punching the crap out of Luffy. So it looked like a new feature was implemented where when Sunflash talked to that Red Wizard, it was prompted with which slot he wanted that Red Wizard to go into. So the old way of it just replacing your 4th slot looks like it's been replaced with a newer, intuitive feature. So again, we've been saying it all night, but the devs are done a wonderful job here. And there's a cake stick for Jay Scheidel.
I bet Sunflash wish he had that about 5 minutes ago.
It's a cake pop, right?
That's okay. So Sunflash got back. Okay, so Sunflash got back out, got the floater to come back across. I don't think he saved yet. Will somebody on this team save?
Saving's overrated. As long as you both don't wipe at the same time, it's fine. Ooh, that would never happen.
Yeah, when would that ever happen?
Luffy turned in the slab and talked to the Lefinian, but I missed what the Lefinish man gave him. But Luffy heading into Ice Cave, gonna get that C-split. Gonna go the other way as Shumbabi going for Lich 1 once again. And Sunflash probably making a beeline to that desert from the Ice Cave entrance to get that floater, get in the air, and start going.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, Shumbabi is going to be taking out Lich 1. But we have cake this time.
Yeah, there's the expert hits, so I would immediately switch to Brack. Brack has much higher accuracy. The expert cake isn't going to do anything because Lich he's weak to Earth already, and Luffy gets the first turn cake and just says, hey Shumbabi, this is how you do it. But Shum must really want that Red Wizard behind it. because he's going back in.
Yeah, I can't blame him. With having to fight Bahamut for promotion and levels not exactly being in the best of positions.
Mm-hmm.
So we know we've got a ninja, a black wizard, and a red wizard, but we haven't seen Kraken yet.
Yes, Kraken floor still out there.
And I'd be saying my kingdom for a night right now, but at this point, like I was talking about earlier, I mean, you're 35 minutes in, you've already got one fiend orb. I think you're pretty well set in your black belt if you're like Luffy and Sunflash here.
Ooh, Lich 1 breaking up the damage poison. So, Lich 1 demanding some respect as the has-beens and wannabes are now in the air, flying around in their slow airboat. And we're going to check the reverse Hall of Giants, and we got Cerberus. Ooh, that's a big reset for Sunflash, probably intended to save.
He is okay.
Yeah. Bobby once more into Lich 1. Gotta respect the Lich and just heal up. Wizard, Whizvamps and Zombie Ds, that's not the worst.
Depending on how deep that Sharknado floor is.
Yeah. But we do have exit. We did have access to exit, so if we have a red mage.
Fire 2 undoes Shumbabi again, unfortunately.
Man, if you're Shumbabi, like you have to like. So I think this is where you have to lean on your partner to like kind of keep you grounded. Because like it's real easy to tilt on these bad RNG boss fights, and it's the biggest upside to having a co-op partner, somebody in there to kind of talk you off the ledge, just like, it's cool, you know, just give it one more go, you know, like to kind of walk you back from getting super tilted. Because the last thing you want is for you yourself to get tilted and frustrated, and then have that transition to your partner as well. Now your partner's frustrated and tilted because maybe they're too empathetic with your frustration, and then you accidentally tilt both teammates, and it's just it's tough to come back from. But Luffy and Shuma are usually pretty chill folks, so, and there's a blizzard too. Oof.
Lich 1 taking notes from the PR so the counterpart, just be like, I am no pushover this time.
Yeah. As Sunflash finds his way to Lefane, they did not have the Slav translated yet, and Shum abandons the Red Wizard to its fate.
So, shortly, just a little while ago, Jay Shidell on one of the dead ends, I'm not sure if anybody else has pulled it out, found a Vorpal of some variety, I believe?
Ooh. That's pretty good. We do have a red mage that can use it. And
well,
a ninja, too. Like, the katana was +1, so if we ever promote, you know, Bahamut was also kind of scary with that opening Inferno, but that looks like Soria tile for Luffy. That could be a godsend for his team.
Yeah, that's huge, because Sarias are your really good, I mean, for Saria, when you just need a grind to get you online, is a heaven.
Yeah, and this can transition to a solo black belt grind real easy too if these Sarias don't have a script. And you know, they're not an enemy that hits very hard. They usually don't have a ton of HP. These have fewer than 300 HP, so once that black belt gets up to around 21, they're gonna be able to start punching these things out no problem. And so Luffy might just settle into his green Agama grind and just make me a liar, just exit out. And so that's actually, it's a top level grind. So this is perfect for the new kids on the block here.
Yeah, I would, if you haven't already transitioned that info to your partner here, this is something that your partner should immediately be making a beeline for, and you both should be sitting on this, because you're both going to have to get through chaos. You've got, I think they have knowledge of at least where Tia is, if not Carrie as well, so you've got 3 of the 4 fiend locations.
And it is 100% XP growth per orblet, so even with 1 orblet, they're already at 200% XP. And the base XP at 2.5 times plus 300. I mean, they're already getting 5 times experience. So if Shumbabi can like go back and take out Tiamat real quick, I mean to 3x, that it would be really nice. But you know, that everything being equal, this is fine in and of itself too. Just 1 orblet.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you would like some more experience. You always like more experience, but there's something to be said for taking your grind when you have it, and not just being like, oh, well, get it up for the next orb and beating my head off Tia for 20 minutes.
Yeah, and we were talking about earlier with both runners having to defeat chaos. You know, one person getting the grind done early can set the other person up for success, because now, like, if Luffy gets real big and is able to go wipe out, do the rest of the, once we've found Kraken, we already know where Carrie is, once we've taken out Tiamat, Luffy should be able to handle them pretty easily once we get that black belt up to speed, and then that whole time Shumbabi can be grinding, and you know, they're going to be in a really good spot. Now, Jay Scheidel, like, they're checking, so they're looking for their grind now. We're looking at TOF and locked, and Grimps ain't gonna cut it, but
nah.
But Luffy already left the grind, so at level like 16, so maybe we're restocking. And
well, at 16, I feel like if Carrie was shallow enough, I wasn't paying full attention, but if Carrie's shallow enough, you can go kill Carrie real quick, get that extra hundo, and go back.
Yeah. And there's a Ice 3 -2 sword. Pretty good. Yeah, so Luffy's gonna go after Tiamat. Looks like Tiamat was here on the top of the marsh split. And Carrie was, I'm looking at the notes, was in Bahamut, was in the Cardia top, so Luffy not far from that either, so might be here to take out Tiamat, then go take out Carrie, and then dip back over.
Yeah, that's probably one of your best options here. Especially since Shum does have, while not a ton of levels, does have the feat to make the running easier, can continue to hunt down where in the world Kraken's disappeared off to. Luffy can take out 2 fiends, go back and just sit on the grind until Shum finds Kraken, and then they switch places. Shum goes and does the grind, Luffy goes and kills Kraken, and starts a dive.
Yeah, like we're 43 minutes in, and we are approaching in-game planning here, and Luffy's stream just like we said. What the heck just happened?
Whoa. So I hope I'm hoping we didn't lose it. Oh no.
Oh, his stream is down on his side, so hopefully, he just popped back up.
No.
So his stream's back up. I just checked on Twitch. I don't know why our feed is way behind, because I see him on his channel fighting the Bridge of Destiny right now. So we ping our SG helper and get that sorted.
I was gonna say, I hope it's a glitch on our end and not. The reason I'm not competing in co-op this year is because there's always, when you're running things in the background, like our amazing Lewis script to even enable this co-op tournament, things can go wrong. I've had my share of emulator crashes doing it.
Yeah, it's the upside to co-op is that if something like, say for whatever reason, J-Shy and Sunflash, like something horrible goes wrong, and like Sunflash's computer dies, and he loses his save file, the worst possible thing that could happen during a race, he could reconnect to the Lewis script with Jay Scheidel and get at least all the key items back. He would still have to start back over at level 1, but they have the information, they have the key items. It's just a matter of like, okay, now I'm at level 1, I gotta go get that gear back, I gotta go find some quick money, and then, you know, so I can buy my spells back and all that stuff. It's definitely a setback, but
if you're level 1 with full information, you're not taking gear, you're taking a black belt. Spoiler alert for spoiler weeks, you're taking a black belt with full information, and you're just skipping every single box. Alright, so Shum's clearing out our good old friends here on Sky 3.
Yep. And I'm keeping an eye on Luffy's stream. He's in Melmond. He's cleaning up some checks here. So his stream is still going. Not sure why it went back to the start of his VOD, but
yeah, we'll get that cleaned up in a second, folks. But until then, we got good progress being still made on Jay Shadow and Sunflash's side here. We finally got our chime. We're taking some small encounters here and there. We've got a blue dragon that's finally going down. We're level 11 on Sunflash's side. It's something.
alright. And looks like Luffy's stream is going faster than normal time, so hopefully he'll get caught up.
Ladies and gentlemen, you thought speed boosts were good. Just you wait till you see speed runs and 10 times speed. I don't know. I lost that joke halfway through.
Definitely appreciate the folks at SpeedGaming helping out with this.
Yeah.
We got a couple folks on it, so.
Yeah, keeping track of 4 streams, not the easiest thing in the world. Our friends at SpeedGaming here deserve huge props for all these events they put on for us and all the communities here.
Alright, and Chumabi shows us a floor we haven't seen before, and there's our herb. So that's our third and final loose item, I believe. Because we had already found an item in Sky, and now we found the Excal and Mirage 1, and now we have that. So Luffy's circling back through mermaids, getting items. Oh, this is beginning of the game. That's like, what's Luffy back in mermaids? Man, backwards floors are such a head trip.
They really are. Like, it's really crazy on backward floors, just getting used to the fact that they're flipped. And
there's dwarves.
Oh, we got turn-ins.
There's the loot. So that's almost go mode if the TNT here is accidental cracking.
Where was on rack again?
There's
it's the incentive katana.
Alright, so 3 katanas now. And there's the slab pickup for Jay Scheidel and Sunflash.
base ice armor and base pro ring.
And as we're watching Luffy bounce off these Gasties, in real life, he's heading into the Bahamut double top, the Cardia double top north, or yeah, you know what I mean. And
right.
He's gonna go after Carrie.
So Sunflash just found Kraken.
Ooh.
Backwards, but Kraken.
We're gonna find our 4th Light Warrior. And still no signs of ribbons. Kinda spooky.
I mean, randomized treasure.
Yeah. I mean, one is incentivized, so there's at least one out there. In theory. And there's a bridge. Bridge boss hype. Alright, and Luffy is fighting Carrie 1 off stream, like off our stream, but on his stream. I'm watching it.
Now, I haven't been paying good attention to Shubabi's menu. I don't know if they got the Tia down. Pro Cape, straight vanilla, still a good, nice find. Especially when you've got things like Red Wizards. Red Mages, I guess. I love Zap. Zap's such a good spell.
Carrie 2 fight's still going. There's a lock 2 that went out. The black and Carrie has a Thunder, and
oh dear,
Luffy had to reset. So none of the Fiend ones playing nice at all. And the wonderful folks at SpeedGaming are going to work on getting all our runners here synced and figured out.
Yeah, now one thing is these boss 1 fights, and especially going into Topher, I don't know if we brought it up. The boss scaling on this, the boss scaling has separate HP scaling on. These are guaranteed 2 to 3. That means our chaos at the end of the game is 4 to 6k HP.
Yeah, that's a lot of HP. And that Chaos could have like max evade too, so it's not a. Yeah, it's pretty scary.
Yeah.
Well, the max evade here is lower than normal at only 225, but you know.
Yeah, but the rest of the boss stats can scale up to 250, so they can definitely have absorb for days too. Because why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the treasure shuffling has not been super kind. We found a couple of good things here and there, but most of the good stuff we found has just been plain unusable. We've got a bunch of night gear with no night in sight. We've got, you know, katana with no ninja yet because nobody's gotten through carry.
Yeah, this is and I missed it. Did we see the enemy that was behind Kraken?
I didn't catch it myself. I don't know if Sunflash decided not to go through with it, or I had just missed it.
Okay. I did see we just got Oxiel from the crown turn in. And Luffy did just get through Carry 2. Or not Carry 2, Carry. So.
Alright, so the crown did turn to the Oxyale. We got the Oxyale. we know where on-rack is at? Question mark. I will check our tracker's been doing an amazing job. Straight up to our tracker here. We've got all of our handy dandy cheat sheets here. Yeah, Cardia, Forest is going to be where on-rack's at. We'll have to see what's behind there. I can't really tell of a lot that we haven't seen that's significant yet. Yeah, and sure enough, Jay Scheidel landed right over here at Cardia Forest. We're going to immediately dive down here and see what is sitting behind that Oxyale.
Alright. The folks at SpeedGaming are working on getting Luffy's stream caught up, so there might see some stuff happen, so just So, Luffy taking on Kraken. There's Brack going out.
Hey, chat, are we back?
Oh my god, we're back. Okay.
We're back!
Hooray!
Things
Alright.
happened. It looks like there's a Kraken dead. It looks like there is a knight behind Kraken.
Big shout outs to the folks behind the scenes at SpeedGaming for getting that all sorted. Y'all are the best. And with that, the new kids on the block have 4 orbs lit. And it looks like the has-beens and wannabes are working on it.
Yeah, they're not going to be super far behind here. They just got to catch up some orbs. It's not a ton of work, actually. Shum's still trying to get some extra promotion in here, but Bahamut just ain't having it.
Yeah. Alright, and Sunflash going in for the carry kill. Looks like he's got some levels on his folks, so in a good spot here. Yeah, like high teens, 17's not bad. Jay Shidell we got simultaneous Bahamut fights. Timber's coming out, swing, and Bahamut just zeroes in on that black belt. Oh, you wanted to temper this guy? Nah. How about I punch him?
Oh, you're gonna target this guy? I'll target this guy.
This is who we're hitting? Oh, how about an Inferno? And the bad luck for Shumbabi, the hits just keep on coming as Luffy settles into these gas Ds. The big XP pack. The XP pack that broke the randomizer, actually. They had to change the way XP was given. Because 4 gas Ds was too much for the game to handle. So instead of giving double XP, they just cut the amount of XP required to level in half. So that's how 2x XP came to really just be half XP required to level. This encounter right here.
Yeah, sometimes it's not about turning XP up, it's about turning XP down.
And Gasties with Brack, it's kind of gross. It's actually really gross. But we're gonna, I mean, it's top floor grind, so let's go. And Sunflash going, I think we must have landed an extra stick maybe, or we just got a really lucky cake there on carry 1 for Sunflash.
Whatever it takes to get through here. Now,
Absolutely.
One thing, Caleb, that you might be able to educate me on here a little bit, these recruited party members, where do they come in level-wise compared to your current party members?
They should, in theory, come in at the same level, because with these flags, we have it turned on so nuns and dead characters get XP. So if you lose a black belt on a grind, it's cool. They're still going to level up even though they're taking a nap. It's like the modern reworking of an old flag called Static XP. So Static XP meant regardless of how many Light Warriors were asleep in your party, you got the same amount of XP as if all 4 were up. But what was bad about that flag was your sleeping characters didn't get the XP. So it really kind of nerfed the solo grind. Where this flag, if you're grinding and your black belt goes down, your fighter goes down, it's okay, they're still going to get XP. While that character's a nun, it's still going to get XP. So while you're not getting as much XP on your 3 Light Warriors that are awake at the beginning of the seed, it pays out, and that when you do, it incentivizes you to recruit a 3rd or 4th person. Although on Jay Shy's screen, his nun is level 1, so maybe that's maybe there's a bug at work, because that flag is definitely checked. So this must just be a bug that is preventing that character from not getting XP.
Or maybe it's just listed as 0 XP for being a nun.
This is true, and when you wake it up, maybe it'll just all of a sudden be level 17.
This is your college project flag. You will drag your project mates kicking and screaming across the finish line.
And the folks at SpeedGaming are now putting in the flags for our folks. I love it. So the other wonderful thing about Co-op is the design of the team flag, and there you go. You see the has-beens and Wannabes for Sunflash and Jay Shy. We'll see if we get the NUKEKotB on the block logo up, but it's a nice little touch. And I think it's level 30 across the board now for Luffy, and we're just gonna warp and house, warp and house.
I mean, it's right here. It's almost as convenient as actually taking the Vanilla Northwest encounters.
Yeah, it's really not bad at all. Like, and if we hard reset, there's no fight on the way in, so it's pretty free. And I think we have that Aegis shield on that knight up top, so gonna make that Brack not that bad. I mean, when it the 12.5% targeting on your Black Mage doesn't feel great, but
you know what else would make this feel great? A ribbon.
Yeah, not a whole lot of those kicking around though.
Allegedly, there's one.
In theory. Alright, so Shumbabi and Luffy, the NUKEKotBs on the block, working on getting their in-game strategy sorted, as Jay Shy and Sunflash still, you know, digging for ribbons probably.
Yeah, they're just digging for stuff here. They got 2 orbs left to get. They know where they're both at, though. And Sunflash is not having a grand time here in the least with Bahamut. But hey, they got a bridge. And it looks like Shumbabi has joined Luffy and has just said, you know what, forget it. Dragons everywhere.
There's the promotion for Sun. So, looks like Shumbabi and Luffy aren't streaming with their flag on their stream, so they're not able to get it cropped, but it was, maybe next time. Alright, Shumbabi now working the gas Ds, and we're buying pro rings, so and just look at that, just empty inventory for equipment.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially on Sunflash's side, there is, like, you just saw 2 menus side by side of teammates here. Jay Shy with a full inventory, and Sunflash with, like, nothing.
Also worth noting, so we've seen level 1 to 4 magic. We've seen all the magic, but no nuke, no fade. So making the best with the Ice 3. Zap and Cake and Brack, so not the best toolkit for the end game here, but enough to make it work, I guess.
I ain't sure what you're talking about. You have an Excalibur, a Knight, a Katana +1, a possible Ninja, and a Black Belt. Haste is the biggest damage spell in the game.
This is true. And it's also worth noting that we have a flag that was turned on for the spring tournament called Increase Weapon Elemental and Type Bonuses. So any damage done by a weapon that exploits a weakness or has a stat attached to it, like your Excal, that's going to hit every weakness that an enemy has. If it has a type, it's going to hit against that type. So if it's a magic type enemy, it will hit against it like the Rune Sword will. And the additional damage that it's going to do is 30 damage per swing. So, massive. Massive.
Yeah, looks like Shumbabi's ducked out for some Sarias here. I think that, didn't feel comfortable with that Brack. Probably needs some levels to start with beforehand. We got 21 across the board here on Jay Shy. And we've got 3 runners in the Sarias.
I mean, it's a really effective grind. I mean, especially when you've got 4 orbs lit and it's 100% per orb lit. So, and Ice 3 is effective against these things. So, look at that, 10,000 for 4 light warriors. From like that's just stay here, and yeah, we got a little swibbity swap from our SpeedGaming folks just to show off that new Kids on the Block logo from Shumbabi's stream.
Very nice. Chat corrected me as well. Yes, it is. Sorry, it is fast, not haste. Too much remaster.
I've been playing that Pixel remaster too much, man.
Don't get me started. At least I've got FF2 mastered now.
Nice. I have yet to play the Pixel remaster. It looks like a lot of fun. But
alright. So Sunflash has switched over here a little bit. We have Harm 4 and we have Undead packs. That's usually a good combination.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get a good side-by-side XP, and it's less XP. It's almost half the XP, but that's also... they have half the orbs lit, so...
Right. So, here's the question. So we talked about this a little bit. You got 1 to 250 on stats, you've got 2 to 3 on HP. Where are you comfortable going into Topher with a party here?
With these percentages, if I've got a black belt, might as well just take it to 42. If I've got a knight, and the knight, I believe, has access to life. Let me double check her magic.
It was level 3.
Oh no, it's level 4.
So,
probably mid 30s, and hope that I have a life caster. So Luffy is in a bit of a actually Luffy and Shum in a little bit of a bind, unless Shum swap. That's not his thief anymore. That's now a nope. That's a thief. Okay. I was thinking if that was a red mage and like we overwrote the original thief person. But yeah, no life casters for the new Kids on the Block, where Sun has 2 life casters and Jay's got the 1. So man, that could be the difference maker here. So we are playing with a full Topher, but there is an alternate final boss, so our runners will have to contend with the final boss that we call Whack-A-Garland. So this is 9 Garland sprites. One of them is Chaos. So Garland, I don't think, was particularly scary when we saw him. So Garland not having a script is going to make that fight pretty easy. We just throw out an Ice 3 or a Zap, and hopefully we take out all the Garlands and we know where the Chaos is. And then from there, it's your standard Chaos fight. We're going to be building evasion. We're attempting to build evasion. Right now, we don't have the ability to do so. I didn't see Invis. I didn't see Bruise on the Knight. So we might just be going all speed and power, dumping fast and tempers into the black belt, and having that Knight just tank for the new Kids. But Luffy and Shum are, I won't say at a disadvantage, but they're definitely handcuffed a bit more than Sunflash and Jay-Shy are, even though they have an orb lead. The Has-Beens and Wannabes have life casters, so if Kraken 2, Tia 2, heck, even Carry 2 get a little spicy and start hitting the wrong people, Jay-Shy and Sun can recover in Topher, whereas Luffy and Shum might have to reset.
Yeah, that's my major concern about no life casters here, is the HP clamp at 2 to 3, because that means that this isn't a sprint anymore. You're not going to 1 turn and 2 turn these fiends. You're going to 4 to 6 turn these fiends. And there's a lot of nukes in the pool. There's a lot of nuclears in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very high stat scaling, and 6 hits on a 250% carry will absolutely shred anything.
Ooh, Mancast with Glare. Time Elemental. It's so gross. Now, what Luffy and Shum could do is they could pivot and turn their thief or one of their black mages into a red mage. We do have that red wizard available behind Lich 1, which was right there in the ice cave, if I remember right. So they can go pick up that red mage or red wizard. There is a question in chat from JD Silvergun. So how does this co-op work? The developers, a few years ago, Meridian, one of our OG FFR developers, wrote a Lua script that links two players playing the same ROM on BizHawk, and through that Lua script, our runners are sharing key items, they're sharing orbs being lit, and they're sitting in a voice chat talking to each other this whole time. So there's a lot of teams use a shared spreadsheet or something to take notes. It's very fancy. It's a lot of fun to play with. The only requirements are that it is you have to run BizHawk and you have to do a little bit of a file dragging and the Lua script stuff. But it's really great what they're able to do with this functionality, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing that the functionality we've got to get to put together in our own style compared to other co-op style randos. But it's definitely... Oh, there's our Vorpal. There's another Vorpal. Never mind.
Yep, so Herb to Vorpal.
I mean, cool. It works. Now, Luffy's 41 across the board and left the grind. Shum is taking out this Kraken?
Maybe he's going for that knight.
I mean, if it comes in at the same level, it's not a terrible pivot here.
Yeah.
Especially now that you know that there is a readily available Vorpal that you can just kind of go pick up and get.
Yeah. Some solid color commentary I'm giving you, by the way. Yeah.
Hey.
Alright. And we're taking the knight over the thief. Alright, so now that... No, wait, where did it go? Oh, we took it over... No, okay, so it's still, of course, the Lightwe're still named Thief, but it's now, in fact, a Knight. So that's what I was getting thrown off by.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't change names. Once they're named forever.
For some reason, my brain was telling me that their classes were being displayed, even though I know that's not the case. I played FFR before. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Once or twice.
It gets a little hairy when folks start using the custom sprites. And I'm a big fan of the custom sprites myself too, but it's kind of hard to keep up with what they all are. But it's another wonderful thing that is available on the randomizer site now. You can import sprite sheets. Groggy Dog has if you're on the Discord, the Final Fantasy 1 randomizer Discord, there is a link to Groggy Dog's sprite repository where he's collected all sorts of sprites that have been drawn and developed by all the creative folks in the community and that are available for easy grabbing, and then you can just upload that sprite sheet into the randomizer and get your very own custom sprites. Man, the randomizer's really come a long way since I joined this community, man. It's really neat to see.
The randomizer's come a long way in 2 months since I last played in spring tournament. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so I mean, back in my day, we were on the OG site, like before, like so the website's already changed layouts like twice. Oh man!
Back in my day, we didn't have tabs on the website. You had to scroll.
There were tabs. They were just really weird and kind of awkward, and like weird sliders, and there was no like tooltips really. Like you just had to like look at it and know like, okay, there's this many loose items because the way these flags are selected, you know. But once like 3.0 came and we had the big fancy website before we had the new fancy website for 4.0, they've done a great job. It's a lot of fun.
Alright, so looks like we got some collection going on, you know, cleaning up some of our items. I know Luffy's definitely just seems to be taking some of it, and that was a level 8 nuke I saw. Vanilla nuke makes everybody sad, but we've got somebody going into Topher here.
And playing with the scout bats, so getting some information. So Kraken 2 is going to have Nuke, a ton of evade, a ton of HP, and a lot of hits. So
Oh dear.
that Kraken 2 is pretty spooky. So you see the linger there, and that's taking some notes. So Carry 2, not too bad. Got Kraken, a lot of hits. So we get lucky, and she stays off like on a spell script and not a skill script. And there's Lich being Lich with Vanilla Nuke. It's fine.
Rolled up on HP, but even rolled up on HP is not bad.
And Chaos, that's a lot of HP.
Oh dear.
A lot of Absorb and a Nuke. So high Absorb, low Evade, that's one where you would love to have a Vorpal sword active for. And Tiamat, again, high defense, no magic looks like, so so
thankfully the attack looked low, so a punchy Kraken is not Tia is not the end of the world.
And as both of the new kids in the block dive into Topher, you could see behind them as they entered that there was a teleporter. So we don't need exit or warp to get out of here. We can just walk back through. So it's pretty nice. As Jay-Shy and Sunflash cleaning up their orbs, and they're going to be in the Topher pretty soon too. See where
going down. Jay-Shy's got promotion. We got some progress going.
There's a big hit from that X-Count. 4 hits for 600. And checking the incentive, or not incentive, but the quote-unquote validation boxes, the loot chests, and we got like a buckler and a heal pot.
I mean, with no ribbons, I'd be checking them too.
This is true. Now, we are playing with a flag that sends the Masa home, so if we get to the Tia 2 floor and we're not exactly confident in our ability to get through that Tia 2 and Chaos fight, we can take the walk of shame and go pick up a vanilla Masa.
Well, is it now the Masa? Unless it's been excluded, is going to be it could be a plus Masa, and with that many pluses on the HP value for Chaos, I think I'd be going checking it.
And the Masa is excluded, so it's a standard X-Cal is still a standard X-Cal.
Yeah, but I mean the Vorpal is standard as well. I mean, I think I take them. I think I take the Walk of Shame for the Masa here.
Yeah, I think if anything, you can give the Masa, like, you can make that call. Like some people, that's one of the oldest debates in the Final Fantasy randomizer community. Masa or Vorpal, both have their place, and the general consensus is the Vorpal you want it if it's a low evasion, high absorb fight, and the bats told us that's what we're looking at with Tia and Chaos. Now Kraken with the high evade, it's a little different story. Like we're gonna want some possibly some nukes or lock 2s to kind of melt that evasion down. But
so blink and you miss it. Shum's through Lich. Luffy's on Lich. Now Shum's sitting at 30, just ding 34. Luffy's on the cusp of 42.
And Sunflash is getting the Topher boss information. They're ready to go. Jay-Shy is looking to pick up some more levels, and he's about to find them Storias, and it's party time for Jay-Shidell, and I think Sunflash is going to go in and start digging out that information for Topher, because both runners will need to finish.
Oh dear, was that 257 off a fasted black belt? And we now only have one caster because Black Mage is on the floor.
That's not good.
Yeah, as we said, we don't have light casters, so Black Mage is staying on the floor.
I don't know if you saw it, Demon, but Sunflash got separated. He just got body blocked by the path and just reset out of Topher.
Goodness, I've been there.
Yeah. I mean, so it looked like he was that was 100% info dive. Just talk to the bats, and now we're gonna go kill some green Agamas. So time to grind to 1,000,000.
Alright, so we got both of our runners over here are on water floor. Luffy has 4 living light warriors. Shum has 3.
Oh.
This is probably going to be the worrisome fiend for me.
Shum picked up a light warrior.
Wait, did we get a life 2 that we had missed?
Okay, so our wonderful tracker might have missed that. It's there's a lot to keep track of. It looked like I might have misread the notes. I thought it said level 4 was life.
Oh, if it's level 3 life, we're golden.
Yeah. Then yeah, like Sunflash has got 3 life casters, Luffy and Shum got 1, and Jay's got 2. So we're in a good spot. And there's a nuclear from Kraken, so our spoiler bats didn't tell us about that, so. And on and through Luffy with the lock 2 into the big swing from that Vorpal, and we're gonna see if he's gonna make the walk of shame to get that Masa. Or if he's all in on Vorpal strats.
And we're all in.
Yep, and it makes sense. It really does,
Yeah.
with the high defense and low evade.
Yeah, maximize your number of hits, fish for the crits.
Yep, 3 hits, 3 damage. That's fine. We fasted the black belt, and there's 15 hits, 966. So now it's time to just cure 3 that black belt and just let the weapons do their thing. 11 hits, 414. 1 more punch from the black belt should take care of Tiamat here. Tiamat's so thick.
Yeah. Chonky boy, girl.
I'm also like used to certain percentages, so
Yeah, seeing something north of 180 is a little bit different than what I'm used to.
yeah, that's a lot of HP on that Tia too. And there's 4 worms. Like, hey, need some more XP? We got some more XP.
Can you imagine with that much XP scaling how much XP 4 worms would be?
If they didn't have damage poison and we had a quick way to get through that fight, I mean, I'd take it. Just to see what's what. And oh no, Shumbabi lost the life caster, and we're taking a C-Pack. So I wonder if this is impromptu black belt grind?
Man, that's... How close are we? 36 and Luke's at 8?
Alright, what are we doing? Alright, so Luffy's going to show us our first look at the Whack-A-Mole Garland. Now, worth noting that Garland will be in a different position for every runner every time they come in here. So we don't know which one of these is Garland until we get a sweeper running through them. Then we can kind of pay attention. Goodbye, Black Mage number 1.
Oh.
And Luffy punched a Garland, so let's see. And it's a... what's that? Lawful Good Garland? Top
Yeah,
left?
lawful good Garland. Well...
That's going to mean absolutely nothing.
Because now we're shuffled. So we're lawful good or chaotic neutral.
Well, it's definitely it's the top left.
Yeah.
It's but like when Shumbabi comes in here, when Jay Shy, Sunflash, if Luffy, God forbid, wipes and comes back in, that's
Different.
chaos. It's gonna be different. But that's 1500 damage right there. So now we should be in a good spot as long as we can keep that black belt upright.
Now,
We're dumping.
Shum is back out here. We are taking some gasties.
Yeah. And Chaos with the Bane, and oh no, there goes the black belt. Oh no. Oh no, pivot time. So this Chaos is going to be a ton of HP, and there's another Bane. So that Aegis Shield's going to protect us, but there goes Vivi. We're down to 3 hits, 94, and all right. So we got a race, folks. This is anybody's game now. Like that Chaos playing that Pixel remaster.
Yeah. Don't let anybody tell you that minor MDef loss going to Master doesn't make a difference.
And no ribbons for any of the runners on stream that I saw. Chat, if you saw somebody dig a ribbon or saw it on somebody's item screen, let us know. But no ribbons, and means that chaos is going to be scary for those black belts with the double bane. And Butter Than You letting us know that Jay Shy does have a ribbon that Sunflash does not have.
I'm trying to think of what they would have turned in and got that from, because it wasn't incentivized.
Double check our wonderful tracker's notes. I don't know.
It's from somewhere. Again, co-op is a floor entrance shuffle. This thing's chaotic. It's almost impossible to keep track. You just gotta hope that you don't miss anything major here. But there is a ribbon out there. Oh, thank you, chat, helping us out here. Oxiale to Matoya for ribbon.
Oh, and that crystal was super early too.
Yeah, but the Oxiale was super late. That's why nobody else got it.
Yep. There's the fast pickup for Sunflash. Jay Shy into Topher. Gonna get his bad news about how gross everything is. There's Lich opening with Nuclear too, so Nuclear for Lich. Although we haven't seen how deep Nuke is, we just know that Lich has it.
Had it.
Fair. We still got 3 runners that have to encounter Lich, so.
Yeah. Thankfully, 2 to 3 scaling on Lich is still just Lich.
Now, Jay Shy and Sun's levels nowhere close to what Shumbabi is going for here. So Luffy's, I would imagine this for Luffy is like, if I don't get it done this time, I'm going to go grab some more levels too. But I mean, like, look at that HP. Like, he's got to be leveled 1,000,000 as well.
Yeah, I mean, Luffy's 42, 43 across the board. I mean, if you don't make it here, it's go to 50 and be done.
Yeah. Sunflash ready to go. We're zigging and zagging up to the world. Looks like we're heading to Canary Castle. And that's 42 for Shum across the board.
Alright, so Shum's going to be going in because now we can, carry on that black belt if we have to.
And this is a big old race, and looks like Luffy's stream is frozen again. Pull up his. Oh, Luffy's stream is down.
Oh, well, we'll get Luffy back as soon as we can. We'll keep you appraised as we can here as well. So we've got runners just real close here, within 2 to 3 floors of each other on all 3 of our other runners. This is an absolute race.
Alright, so on watching back Luffy's stream,
Jay Shy taking in some golems here. What's the levels look like? 35's not great. Alright, Jay Shy, Lich 1.
Alright, so watching Luffy, it looks like he's getting ready to go into... This might have been the... Okay, so Luffy just PM'd me. He hit the wrong button. And discarded his delay, but recorded his stream, so we'll get that sorted out as Shumbabi is headed down into Topher.
Alright, we still got 3 runners. We got Jay Shy on fire floor. We got Shum on earth floor. I think Sunflash is just about to hit earth floor. Oh dear. We have other life casters. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Toxic Agamas, huh?
You hate to see it.
You'll love to see it if you're not running. Decent raw hits before the fast comes out. Alright, Shoom's into Lich 1. Sun's coming up on Lich 1. We have a stunned knight.
And Jed Levi pointing out something I was just going to mention. We did pick up that knight for Jay Scheidel, and that knight is immediately leveled. So while it was displaying at level 1, the minute we recruited something into that spot, it had all the XP that all the other light warriors had gained.
You're just putting away your experience on a 401k for a new light warrior. Alright, blink and you miss. Shoom is through carry 2. Sunflash just coming into Lich 2. Now Jay Scheidel coming up to Kraken 2. This is going to be, at 36, this is going to be the problem.
We'll go back to lock strats. Fast. That's a play.
Yeah, you're not going to do a ton of damage on that first turn anyway. Might as well get something out. Lit 2, that's a free turn. Oh yeah, we're getting some damage out now. Well, mostly. Fire 3. Get a second Kraken fight down on Shubabi's side. Kraken down there leading off Lit 2 as well. Good to see. The hits coming out, not the greatest amount there. But we've got the 2 fast casters, so we should be able to deal more damage in these subsequent rounds. Jay Scheidel gets down Kraken 2. That's great. 36 across the board. It's going to be a little close here. Getting those locks out finally to gonna slow this Kraken down, make it a little easier to hit. Got the tempers going out here as well in the black belt. Oh dear. Kraken's 2's favorite type of sandwich is a knuckle, 1670 and terminated.
I don't think that's... Yeah, it's probably his favorite kind of sandwich to give out. He just doesn't like to eat them himself. He's allergic.
Does Knuckles have Knuckles?
Got a gluten allergy.
he likes wraps, lettuce wraps. For the gluten allergy.
Oof. Luffy, more like Oofy on Shumbabi's Black Mage.
Alright, so we still got we got a Tia 2, simultaneous Tia 2s. We got carry 2 coming on for Sunflash here.
And there goes Jay Scheidel's stream. He did give us a heads up that that was going to happen. This is appreciate everybody's patience. This has not been there's been a lot of tech issues with this stream, but we'll get it sorted for the next one for sure.
Oh yeah, it's night 1. You got to get night 1, race 1. You got to get all that stuff out of the way. Get the roughness out of the way, and we'll have you smooth sailing for the rest of co-op here. All right, Sunflash is taken. Looks like we're gonna take some free XP here out of some sharks and some eyes. All right, so Shumbabi coming up to this Whack-A-Garland. Jay Shy coming up to this Whack-A-Garland as well. We got a small discrepancy of about 20 seconds or so here between the 2 timers, so this is pretty well simultaneous. Alright, so what's it going to be here for Shoom? What do you think? We've already got 2 options out. Oh.
Oh, is it lawful neutral or chaotic neutral? I missed it.
It's either lawful neutral or neutral evil.
Right, yeah.
There's the first Bane. Alright, Jay Shy starting to fight in. Here we go. Oh dear, damage poison as well?
Alright, so it looks like it's a lawful neutral chaos this time.
That's good.
Alright, there goes chaos. So I was trying to scope out Shoom's stream to see when we got the notification that Luffy lit the orb, because that would have said it. But so the new kids on the block finished. So Luffy's accidentally discarded his delay, but did locally record his run. So I'm sure the tournament officials will go in and they'll look at that recording just to ensure no shenanigans were afoot. I'm sure there weren't. But meanwhile, Jay Scheidel is onto just chaos, and we're gonna see if we can get Shoom and Luffy in here to talk to us.
See if we can get them in here to get their thoughts on all this while we deal with our lawful evil chaos. Sunflash got to get through Kraken 2 here. Kraken 2's the good thing about that script is it's actually kind of nice. You got the Lit 2 and the Fire 3 to start, so you got some turns to buff and try to get them down before the nuclears and the nukes come out.
Yeah, it looks like Luffy took it down like around 139, so just about 3 minutes before his partner did. So, and speaking of,
wow.
We've got Luffy and Shumbabi. GG's, new kids on the block.
GG's, man.
Thank you.
How's it going, folks?
I'll let you take it,
better. It'd be going a lot better if I didn't get a little excitable and discard my delay. So
it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, but this that happened to me last year in the fall tournament where I didn't locally record and I had to take an L that week. So I do no longer make that mistake. So it is recorded. I'm sorry to everybody that watched tonight. I got excited and I panicked. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man. But GG's on the win. You guys have been putting in more public practice, I'll say, because who knows how much practice other teams have been doing behind the scenes, but I know you guys have been practicing loudly and proudly on the FFR Twitch and just like every day in voice chat, hanging out, doing your thing. So how did this seed feel compared to those practices?
I think it was pretty average, actually. It felt a little bit of a jet seed early on, but then with the realization that, like, there's going to be a loose item, and are we going to need to find that third loose and go back in all these places that we've already mapped out? And it turns out that we didn't, so that was pretty huge. But as far as the pacing and what we were doing with this, I think that it felt fairly average. It wasn't the hardest seeds that we've had to deal with yet, but there are certainly easier classes that they could offer us.
Yeah. So what was the overall sort of strategy that you guys employed for this seed?
Well, if you look back to what we did in the play-in race, the strategy was pretty much just not that.
Yeah. we really wanted to make sure we got some levels early on and weren't struggling to kind of do anything exploration-wise or try to map out the world. So.
I'm pretty sure I saw like Shoom at like level 4 like 20 minutes in.
Yeah, but
that's because I could explore.
But that point we knew where the sandwiches were, so we knew we can quad X and get some quick levels. So we wanted to do that. So the plan of like me getting the levels to get the fiends wasn't the plan going in, but it gave Shoom enough time to be able to explore and to keep looking to see if we needed anything and to just try to get his levels as he went, as I could take down the fiends and kind of try to get us that XP boost.
All right, as we're talking about strategies and plans, we're going to see what Sunflash can do here against Chaos in this Whack-A-Garland phase. Jay Scheidel has already been here and bounced out, so we're going to see what Sunflash can do with that information. You wanna call this one, Demon?
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna ruse up. We're gonna get some defenses going. Ice 3 Sword's gonna come out. We're gonna try to reveal where he is at here. Missed. He's on the first row. He's something lawful. All right, we got fast. We got invis. We're getting stacked up here. We're gonna just super buff, so we don't need to worry about anything. Damage poison comes out. We're still okay. We're still pretty good across the board here. Decisions. We're gonna ruse again. Looks like we're getting some tempers up here. We're gonna go ahead and start clear out the rest of these garlands with the sword. And we're gonna rub. And that is now a red wizard on the floor.
Oh.
Yeah, that's okay. The ice sword comes out. We're gonna clear everybody out. Or at least mostly everybody out. We know where the chaos is. We know where the one we gotta worry about is. Meanwhile, Jay-Shy clearing out Lich 2 yet again. Alright, we're still getting our tempers in. We're gonna get buffed up here. Yeah, those roost stacks definitely helping. Here comes the Bane, and down goes the... Oh, dear. Well... Are we holding A? The other Bane, we're gonna ruse up to make sure we're maxed out on evasion. I think we were on 5 stacks previously. And now we're just gonna slowly swing everything down. We swing. Swing comes out. Another Garland dead. Swings come back in retaliation. Misses everywhere.
Ooh.
Nuke! That's some damage. We knew it was coming, too. Alright, let's see our test swing. 152. It's going to take a long time to get there in a rowboat like this.
Yeah.
Lit 2 comes out, so the 275 across the board. We're going to cure 4 because we're in nuke to death range. Oof. Cure 4 goes off. We're back to full. Swing comes out. Nothing. Swing. I think that was 4 damage.
Yeah. So this is the problem with the X-Cal. So
we're gonna take our 1% less than 1% chance here. We're gonna try to cake out chaos here. Blizzard comes out.
And this is a situation where even that expert stick wouldn't have mattered.
Nah.
Still gonna be 3 and 256.
Alright, we're circling around. There's the Banes. We're fighting. 4 damage. The other Bane comes out. Nothing.
Yeah, and with the knight in the top slot there, it's gonna be really tricky to get that RNG loop.
Alright, still swinging. 5 damage. Swing retaliation. Missed. The nuke comes out. Not a lot of damage. We're still at 440. We can probably hold on until we start seeing Banes again to hold off on that Cure 4. Lit 2 drops us a little bit. 418. Another Lit 2. Hey, we got some crits there.
Yeah, unfortunately, standard X-Cal, not the weapon you want to bring to Chaos, but, you know, I understand not wanting to go out of your way to get the Masa, but it's a shame we didn't get that Vorpal, and that's behind that herb, so I don't think either of the Hasmans or Wannabes caught the herb.
Yep, nuke comes out, 529. We're still sitting pretty. Once again, the good thing about this spell cycle that he's on is you've got 2 Banes in a row. So when you see the first Bane comes out, you know that's when you're Cure 4ing. Just before, because you got the second one and then the nuke.
Yeah, it's just a shame we don't have any more Cure 4s.
Details. We can survive like one more loop through the nuke.
Yeah, this
Maybe.
is just unfortunate. Like, in a perfect world, you could have put like the Cure 3 shirt on the knight, but like that's preparing for disaster. Where like you know you don't know that Chaos has got that double Bane that's gonna wipe out everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, we're holding A here. It's, I mean, there's a rub, so we're starting to come back around here. We need a lot. There's the tornado. Now we're in danger. Alright, still swinging and missing. We're waiting. We're just waiting for the end now. Nope. Okay, we're back to fighting.
Trying to manipulate that RNG.
There you go. Alright, I think we're up to... There's the second Bane, so next up's the Nuke. And we're still alive, 138. We can survive the lit 2s. We've got to avoid the tornado, and we've got to get him down somehow before the next Nuke comes out.
Yeah. It's not impossible. We're getting some crits. It's just, we need more... Oh, there's a blizzard.
It's okay, lit 2 won't do that much. Oh dear. We can survive one more lit 2?
Going for the cake?
I mean, I would have been going for cake the whole time here. You gotta take that 1%. Less than 1%. Stop. Nothing. Cake stick. He doesn't want the cake. He's on a diet. It's Weight Watchers. No. Oh my goodness. 2 HP. 2 HP in a dream. We're back to fighting. We've switched it again. 4 damage. We're hitting for more hit points than we have. It's progress. Still swinging, still missing. The fact that Chaos has not crit once here is amazing. There's the second Bane. The next up's the Nuke. Swing and a miss. Swing back, 97. There's the Nuke.
Oh, heartbreaking.
I will give Sunflash credit. I think that's the longest amount of rounds I've ever seen in the Chaos fight.
Yeah, when you see that spell list loop like 8 times, feels pretty bad. But here comes Jay-Shy gonna take his shot at it. Chaos here. This is his second or third attempt?
I think it's his second. Caleb, take this one out.
Oh boy. We sit up. Alright, so making sure everybody's got all the HP that they could possibly have. It's important. Chaos has got a handful of, at least 2 non-elementals. I don't know what else we have for skills outside of that blizzard and tornado, but checking our stuff. People have things. We're pulling the party. Ice 3 swords. It's fast time. Fast in the black belt. Bruising the knight. And punching that lawful evil Garland Chaos eventuality. So, not the best turn order here. You would love to get that Ice 3 out before all these Garlands get to go, but what are you going to do? No, it looks like... Is that a neutral evil? Chaos there?
I think it's something in the lawful stretch. I think it was in the first 2. Yep, neutral, yeah, lawful neutral.
Alright. Pretty sure. I think our grids are oriented differently in my mind. That's neutral evil. Alright. Well, there's 14 hits, 488. Temper's going to keep coming out on the night, so that ninja doing some work. And we're going to end. Everybody's swinging. 11 hits, 246. Katana 6 hits, 217. 10 hits, 310. So nice 800 damage round there. And we're going to go back to tempering. 11 hits, 458. 8 hits, 183. We're going to swing, swing, swing. Nope. We're going to do another temper on the black belt this time. Excal 6 hits, 201. Temper goes out right before the punch. 10 hits, 430, and it's time to hit that auto battle button. 5 hits, 69 damage. There's the nuke. Everybody's still kind of okay. That ninja's on a life support. One more nuke and that ninja's gone. 5 hits, 225. There it is. So very quick, pretty seamless fight for Jay on Chaos here, and Sunflash on the earth floor.
Yeah, really clean fight for Jay. You know,
Yeah.
get a couple of buffs out, just basically hold A, make sure you get through the first nuke, and just end the fight.
Yeah, that was definitely the cleanest Chaos fight we saw so far of all the attempts. Luffy, how did your Chaos fight go? Because we did miss that, so give us the recap on that one.
So the second Chaos fight went much better than the first. He only got rub off, I think, on the black belt. At this point, I had moved the a gold bracelet and the pro ring onto the black belt just to be safe in case that rub did come back out, and it did, and it missed. And then I was able to clear the garlands with a nuke, temper and fast up, and took out chaos relatively quickly, maybe like 6 or 7 rounds. It wasn't too bad. He didn't even get a bane off, and I never saw a nuke. He was just kind of sitting there floundering around doing chaos things.
Well, had we seen that fight?
I'm telling you, it was absolutely epic. It was one of the best fights of my life. I feel so sad I can't share it with you.
Oh man. Sunflash through Lich 2 back to the carry 2 floor. So going up 1 game in a best of 3 series, how does that play into confidence, preparation? Like, how does this adjust your strats for the next race?
I think we're pretty confident in what it is we want to do, and it's just a matter of executing that. And tonight it came together, and we had kind of a rough patch in the play-in race, but with the awareness of like what really went wrong there, I don't think that being up 1 in a best of 3 really does factor in. We're gonna play the same race that we've been playing. It'd be nice to get it down so we don't have to do a 3rd one, but I definitely, I mean, I enjoy the competition, so
yeah,
maybe we'll just throw it so we can get another game in.
You heard it here first, folks. If Jay Shy and Sunflash come out next race and just stomp the ever-living crap out of the Nuke Kids on the Block, Shumabi through.
Like, while my partner is my partner and I love him to death, he does not speak for me personally. So I'm gonna say much respect to Jay Scheidel and Sunflash. You know, they're good. They're great runners, and I can't wait to see them finish the seed. And I'm looking forward to playing them again on Wednesday.
Nice.
You know, GG's to them as well.
Yeah, there's definitely no relaxing.
Yeah, no, we
No, I know.
we saw how bad things can get for us on Friday with the work that we've been putting in, trying to, you know, feed off each other and get better. So that was, I don't want to say it was a wake up call, because it was just a playing race. It wasn't like it was the end all be all, but it definitely showed us that we have ways we can still push each other and push ourselves. And I'm hoping that can help us keep going.
Thank you for reminding me, Luffy. So one of the things that Demon and I were talking about earlier when we weren't discussing the nuances of sandwiches, Shum, we saw you just like with a season ticket bus pass on the struggle bus against Lich 1. And
Yes, sir.
now, one of the things that I was talking about was how, like, the benefits to co-op is that your partner is there in voice with you and kind of talk you off that tilted ledge. What was going on in voice chat while you were just struggling against Lich 1 and Luffy just popped in, caked 1 round and was out?
You know what? I felt happy for my partner, but it was a struggle, right? And
Yeah.
so in my mind, it's like there's such a high chance. I don't honestly know if Expert does anything, but I'm hoping it does, because otherwise I look real silly.
It would have if you had done Brack, but Expert isn't going to help with Cake. But you could have switched to Brack and it would have been more effective.
Would have been more effective than the Quake, or just more effective than it was?
Yeah, I think because
Really?
Brack I think is a higher accuracy. I don't know how it plays in with the accuracy with Cake having the weakness, but yeah, like you could definitely X for Brack Lich.
Right. So awesome. I'd have to. I actually want to look into the numbers on that one anyway. But in many past runs, Quake eventually hits on Lich, and it took so many attempts, and it was really just a matter of, I need this red wizard so I can start my level grind so I don't fall too behind. And it was worth it to me even if it took 5 minutes to get him down. And then after 5 minutes, it's like, no, if he's still not down, I need to do something else.
Yeah.
And so I was glad I could take a couple of levels, come back, stand up to those fire twos, and get through it.
Now, see, what I was what was the conversation? What was the temperature in the room when you guys were in that spot of the seed? Luffy, were you like talking to Shum through that, or was like Shum were you just like kind of ruminating and just like trying your best not to tilt on your own?
I mean, if you want my honest answer, I didn't realize he was still on the fight because it was so fast for me. So it was like a minute or two later, and he was saying spell still, and I'm like, wait, are you still on Lich? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm gonna shut up now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
eventually I did, I think, reach out to him and say, I'm going to tilt. I need to, but I don't know that it was off the Lich. I know that there was a point in the seed that I said that.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably coming off of Lich. And I was like,
Yeah.
I need to do something else. Where am I going?
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been working a lot on this whole like not dwelling on things. We've instituted a couple of rules on how we take dives and when we take levels and stuff like that. That when we were first going through this, we would both be a little bullish on where we were going with it. And yeah, I think that we've been tempering each other quite well.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of temper.
All right, Cure 3 shirts. So, what was the plan with we never saw White Mage available, and it looked like we had ruse for the knights, but like single target invis, no ruse item, no invis item found. How do you guys prep for shuffled item magic and these kinds of seeds? When you're handcuffed with like party options, like you're not guaranteed to be able to bring a white mage and a black mage to get that full spell coverage.
You want to take this one, Luffy?
Yeah, so I come from the school of speed and power.
Mhm.
So I just try to make sure if I can find fast and I can find temper and I have a black belt, I know I can do something. When I saw that life was red and night learnable, I knew that if we could find one of them, that it would be pretty good. When we found the red mage first, I knew that was also double good because it gave me extra brack to go and try Tia. And then I knew I could dump the red mage, and I did for a black mage to give me the fast that I wanted. It's trying to plan out what you see ahead of you and making sure you're taking good notes of levels of magic that you see, because you know you're not necessarily going to come across the item magic that you'd like to see. That Ice 3 stick I found in Temple of Fiends would have been great early on, but I checked the locks looking for a ribbon for Shumbobby and just happened across it. So it's just one of those things where you want to just make sure you're taking a good note of what you're looking for in the beginning.
Oh no!
Ouch.
So Sunflash immediately rubbed by Garland on the black belt. So they did give us a warning, and the race from Chaos is going to be a bit of a slog. So we're going to get Jay Scheidel and Sunflash in here to talk to us about this seed and how it's going for them.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Sometimes RNG just doesn't like you.
All right, so invites are out. We're going to see if they'll when they come in here and talk to us. You want to take this one, Demon?
All right.
This is the long one.
So we've got a lot of Garlands and the Chaos. We've got Banes coming out. It's well, it could be going a little bit better. We're going to see lots of missing. We're pretty well full evasion stacked, so Garland's not going to do anything even on a crit here, and it looks like we're not doing anything really either. I think we actually hit the real chaos there, so we're going to start just getting through the rest of these Garlands just to speed the turns up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, no Ice 3 sword on the knight, but we do have that Cake stick. Cake will take care of Garland.
Yeah. Hey, we got the Cure shirt now, so we can probably survive an infinite amount of nukes.
Yeah, so we're going to be in this for the long haul with that Cure 3 shirt. So that was like the missing piece to Sunflash's previous attempt. And Sunflash, it's rare that you have the opportunity to do commentary on your own chaos fight. How you doing, buddy?
How far? I'm still loading the stream at the moment, but how far into this chaos fight are we?
We got
there's
four
still four
garlands
garlands
down.
up.
Okay, yeah. I have some opinions about percentage chance. um,
Well,
it
math's
was-
not real, right? In FFR.
They're not. I don't know where Jay Shy is, but we were screaming all the way back when I got that crack kill on Bahamut,
Uh-huh.
or was it it was the Brack on Bahamut and then the crack onto Carry.
You did carry, but I think you had Expert go out before that, or no?
No, I didn't have Expert
No.
at all. No.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was like, in my mind, I was like, that was an expert cake.
No, it was just sheer dumb luck on both of them, and he was cracking jokes the entire time about, okay, you can't bad talk any insta kills or anything from now on, right?
Yeah.
You know, percentages are true. Don't worry about it.
Because Carry doesn't resist cake, so Expert wouldn't have helped. That was literally just like a.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So then we get in, and I get everybody banged the first chaos fight, and that was an experience. And then second one rolls around. I'm like, okay, it shouldn't happen again. Odds considering, it should be good. But just in case, I'm gonna throw this cure shirt on this knight, and we're just gonna hope.
Yeah. So, here we watch the hope as Jay Scheidel joins us.
Hey.
GG, dude. How's it going?
Oh, I was going better 20 minutes ago.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
All I can really say about the chaos fight is just get comfortable. We're going to be here a bit.
Yeah, I mean, when we're basically at a whole 10-minute delay of a chaos fight. So surface level thoughts on the seed for the has-beens and wannabes. Jay Scheidel, we'll go with you first. Let Sunflash sort of get some more breaths in.
It seemed like it was a really good seed. We were kind of complaining right off. It's like, this is a jet seed. We're getting all the items really, really quick. I think we found Floater maybe a little bit late because we just kind of avoided Waterfall.
Yeah,
but
you guys were late to Floater compared to Shum and Luffy.
It's like we were still marking overall locations, so it felt really good. I felt amazing going to the Temple of Fiends, and then Chaos just said no.
Yeah, it was close for a bit, like where everybody was diving Topher at the same time. I think the big difference here was Shum and Luffy went like over level 40 on the Gasties in Northwest and on the cube tile, and just ate those all day.
I had tried those, but Stone was just not having it.
Yeah, and then everybody was eating Sorias too.
Yeah.
Sunflash, your surface level thoughts, bud?
I hate early game, but it felt really good. I felt like I was actually accomplishing. I wasn't just hanging on and riding on Jay Shy's coattails most of the time. I was accomplishing stuff, and then like ever, it's feast or famine. Either the black belt does what you need it to do without you trying, or it's just a body on the floor.
I mean, you guys, given the hand you were dealt, you guys played really well. So don't beat yourselves up too hard over the bad RNG that was dealt unto you.
Are there
Demon.
any other ribbons or a ruse stick actually found?
We never found any.
All right.
Okay. Well.
Yeah,
I found
there
the
was
one
a
ribbon from Atoya, but
yeah, there's a ribbon out there. Demon, you got questions or comments for our runners?
I'm entranced by this chaos fight still. So, just my base level question, especially for you guys, Jay, Shy, Sunflash, because I know you guys were together last year. Luffy, Shum, I don't know if you guys were a team last year or not. What are your feelings on the new style of co-op that we've got going on compared to specifically that it's, shared orbs and just, kill the final bosses compared to, hey, everybody's going to hunt 28 or 32 shards?
I've been enjoying it. I like the item hunt or the shard hunt because I felt like I was at least able to contribute easier. Pick a dungeon and go hunt through, and even if I'm not getting those shards, if I can mark them down with suicide runs, then it's helpful to both of us. But this allows, if I can at least snag a lich kill or carry kill or something, then it's much more tangible progression. The speedboat's crazy. Surface, that's all I got.
Speedboat's so good.
Yep.
It's the thing that fascinates me about Speedboat, and Demon and I were talking a little bit about this. It's technically just as fast as the airship. However, the airship is so much it's just like what?
You're so used to the airship that you get in the speedboat. I mean, first time I found the speedboat, Jay-Shy didn't tell me about it, so I got in that speedboat and tried to move, and I was gone.
Speaking of gone,
flag. Hey, Chaos.
Hey, what do you know?
Gone. GG's. Give those GG's in chat for Sunflash and Jay-Shy. You guys are going to be racing again on Wednesday. That's
correct.
August 4th. What time are you guys racing?
Should be the
Same time, same place.
8:30. Yeah.
Nice. So should be on the SpeedGaming family of network race channels. What words? It's well past my bedtime, so I'm going to pass it to Demon to get the final thoughts and send us home.
Absolutely. Let's get the runner's thoughts first off. So, Luffy, you were first done here, allegedly. Go ahead and what were your thoughts?
The seed was really fun. I felt like we played a really good game this time around. We had a plan. I felt like we stuck to it. Kids out there getting into the game, come join us, FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. Have fun. Don't discard your delay. You'll look dumb.
Shum, how about you?
Yeah, just had a great time tonight. Like I say every time, I really enjoy these competitions, and co-op is like a brand new form for me. Luffy inviting me to his team. We weren't partners last year. I wasn't even playing last year. I think last year I had just come into the community. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun meeting people, challenging myself to get better. Yeah, thank you everyone for hosting and calming, and thank you Sunflash and Jay Shidell for the race, and I look forward to racing you again.
Outstanding. Jay Shidell.
Yeah, honestly, the same thing both of them said. This was a really fun seed. If we hadn't had some bad luck with just with Bane at the end, it would have been, I think, really cool and really fun. Everything's just been great. Love playing it. Like I said, this is the second year at co-op, and enjoy every moment of it. So thank you guys.
All right, and Sunflash.
Percents are a lie, first off. Otherwise, no, it's been a blast. I look forward to it again. I can't believe managed to find a more entertaining version of co-op, as much fun as I had last time. So, yeah, just give the game a try. Go join the Discord. They're full of idiots and maniacs and all kinds of fun people. So, thanks for commentating what I'm sure was otherwise hilarious, other than the last 10 minutes here. But, yeah, thanks, guys.
All right. Well, I want to go ahead and give some final thoughts here as well. Huge thanks to our runners here for putting on a heck of a show for us. Like they said, they gave us, we laughed, we cried, we held our breath in anticipation at some close fights there. Give them all a follow. They're going to be doing, like they said, this again, same time, bat time, maybe on a different channel, but there's going to be Wednesday, 8:30. We're going to be getting all this out for you. Huge props to my co-com Caleb, holding down the fort while I was having some issues getting in here, and giant props to both our tracker Velik here, keeping us behind the scenes, keeping us straight, and the SpeedGaming especially for working through us with our issues here and soldiering through so we can get all this amazing action here to you guys. Stay tuned. Keep an eye, again, please join us in the FFR Discord. We've got races going on all the time. There's other races going on tonight. We've got races coming up all week, all next week. We're into co-op. We've got Fall League coming up in the near future. Join us. Jump right into Fall League. What's the worst that can happen? Everybody has fun anyway. Thank you guys, the viewers. Without you, we wouldn't have anything to put on here. And everybody, thanks again, and have a great night.